Hi, I'm Jordan Roy-Byrne, and I'm here at the Metals Investor Forum in downtown beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. We are at the May 2019 show. And I'm here alongside Paul Cowley. He is the president and CEO of First Vanadium. Paul, thank you for joining me today.
Pleasure. How are you?
I'm good. Let's talk about vanadium. Just for those in the audience who are not familiar with the vanadium market, maybe you can give us a brief overview of what's been happening and why vanadium.
Yeah, well, vanadium was the best performing metal in 2018 because of the high demand and the short supply line of it. The prices just went went from $10 to $34. So there's definitely a big demand for it, and it's a very strategic infrastructural metal. So it's used primarily in steel manufacturing. It strengthens steel and it lightens steel. So it's used in rebar for skyscrapers, buildings, jet airplanes, car chassis, pipelines. So it makes things stronger and lighter for fuel efficiencies and the likes. And so it's also very, very important. I think we're coming into an era of green energy. So it's also in the battery sector, in these larger scale batteries for large power. And it's just getting commercialized here in the last 2 years with big operations that are coming online right now.
So it sounds like the vanadium market, even though it's already had a huge rise, that this could be a real opportunity in the years ahead, given potential infrastructure spending in the U.S. That's something that's being talked about. Yeah, and also globally.
So we're talking about $35 trillion of infrastructural spending in the next 20 years is what's been projected by one of the analysts.
Are there any projections for vanadium demand in the next 5 or 10 years? What does that look like?
Steady increase, and then that just with the steel alone. When you have global steel production increasing at 4.5% annually, that's adding more demand on vanadium. And then these batteries coming in, there's more vanadium that's needed in rebar, particularly in China, that we're producing very low quality steel rebar, and buildings were collapsing. So there's new legislation by the Chinese government that requires 30% more vanadium in the rebar. So that's another sort of increase in demand, just as an intensity of vanadium use in steel.
Okay, so let's turn to First Vanadium, your company.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's talk about what First Vanadium is doing and how First Vanadium can benefit and meet some of this future demand, and what your goals are. Okay,
so we have the largest, highest grade primary vanadium deposit in North America. So this is a strategic project to be in the U.S. where there's a high demand for and use of vanadium. And so we've got a project that's moved along very, very quickly. The company is well funded. It's got a good share structure, 39 million shares. Serious engineering and geology people with over 400 years of experience in the industry. Mining engineers, metallurgists, geologists, and we've advanced this project over the last 18 months from a historic small resource to something quite substantial with 2 drill campaigns, a new resource that came out 3 months ago, and now we're advancing through metallurgical steps, and our game plan is then to move to a scoping study this year. So we've moved along very, very quickly, added a lot of value. It's a serious project that's got good, up until now, very, very good technical advancements, and those milestones are we saw in our share price last year. We got as high as $2. So lots of good advancements technically, project value added. Okay, with very little money.
You've covered so much already. I just wanted to ask, what are some other things, anything else that you'd like to add that you think investors should know about?
I think vanadium, some people that may be concerned about vanadium prices because it has come off. 2018 was an extraordinary year, and there was some stabilizing happening at the beginning of the year. There's been a drift down of price, but I think that is a short-term situation. Analysts are showing that, are talking about a recovery for vanadium prices for the second half of the year, and obviously that'll help the picture. There's, we're in a really good space. Vanadium's for the green energy side of things. It's got good use for. It's a good solution for wind and solar farms that didn't have capacity or storage capacity that could benefit from a vanadium battery. It's got good application in backup power. So there's a lot of corporations that are very serious corporations that want to protect themselves against any power shortages, that they're buying one of these batteries as a backup. So that's happening now. It's being commercialized in the last 2 years. So really exciting. I think we're really positioned with a very, very good deposit at the right time, and with very, very good serious people that are advancing it.
Okay, and as we close, can you tell the audience where they can go to find more information and how they can contact you?
Yeah, our website is www.firstvanadium.corp. My name is Paul Cowley. You can call me. My number is on the website. I take calls from investors, shareholders, just like that. So I like to have good communication with folks. People keep telling me, well, that's extraordinary, because most CEOs don't put the time towards that. I pride myself on good communications, good, honest. That's our group. Good, serious, honest people working forward, adding value for our shareholders.
Okay, thank you so much, Paul.
Thanks, Jordan. Yeah. Nice to meet you.